Hey guys! So I have no makeup on. That's because I'm taking a shower right when I'm done filming. I didn't want to take one before because I didn't want my hair to be wet, like super wet in the video, and I obviously did not want to put makeup on if I'm just gonna go take a shower afterwards, so just ignore my face. But anyways, I'm 36 weeks today and I'm like super excited to do this update. I've been wanting to do it for like 3 days now. So yeah, I am officially 9 months pregnant. That is crazy. And I think it's also crazy that people say you're pregnant for 9 months when you're pregnant for 10 months, because I have 4 weeks until I'm 40 weeks, so that makes 10 months. But anyway, my app said like 18.66 inches, which obviously my app has no idea how big my baby is, but I guess, you know, that's like average or something. She's almost 6 pounds. And then for my symptoms today, I'm going to do this a little differently than normal instead of just like listing them all down, because I have my cat's playing with the crib, but I have sort of like some of the symptoms I have to talk about go along with like how my appointment and my and I have like a short little story for one. This is gonna probably be a really long update today, I feel like, because I have so much written down here and I'm probably gonna be looking down a lot, so just ignore that. Alright, so my first symptom is one that I've talked about many times, and that is heartburn. But this time, I have like a little sort of story to tell you guys, because the other night, you know, I have Tums and you can take 5 per day or whatever. And I probably had about 4 left, and I ended up taking them all that night. And so I was thinking, oh, I should probably buy more Tums in the day so that I have some for the next night. And I did not do that. That was like the worst mistake I have ever made, because the next night I couldn't, well, first of all, I didn't fall asleep until about 11:45-ish. But I woke up at 1 o'clock and I could not lay my head down without feeling like everything, there was like fire burning all in right here. The only way to make it go away was to completely sit up. No, none of that like propping pillows up or whatever. No. I had to be sitting up like this. So I was like, oh great, and I don't have any Tums, so I was like, well, milk has helped before, so, and I literally only had like that much milk left, so I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to go the whole night like this. But so I went and I drank a little bit of milk, and I went to lay down again, and it did absolutely nothing. It usually actually really does help, like it coats it a little bit so that the burning is not near as bad. It did nothing at all. So by this point I'm like making like these, I'm literally like whining, because I'm just like thinking I'm not gonna be able to sleep at all. I'm gonna have to just sit here all night, and I don't know, I was just like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep, there's no way. So I started Googling like things that help heartburn, and it said like hard candy or something, and I have mints, so I was like chewing on one of them, and it helped a little bit while I was lying down, and it helped a little bit, but the second it was gone, it was like fire again, and even like when it was almost gone, the fire was coming back. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And then I remembered that a couple nights before, while trying to get a Tums out of the bottle in the dark, you know, they get all stuck in the top, like when you pour them. I remembered I had like dropped one. I had dropped one on the floor, so I was like, oh my gosh, like this could save my life. So I like get up, and of course it's like dark and everything, and I didn't want to wake James up, so I'm just like walking around like using my phone flashlight, like frantically moving everything out of the way. And at first I couldn't find it. Literally probably took me like 5 minutes, and then I saw it on the ground and I was like, oh. I felt like a literal crack addict who like just found a little bit more crack. And I like grabbed it and like I ate it, and it saved my life. I was able to fall asleep and pretty much stayed asleep really well until like James had to gets up at 5:30, and I woke up then, and yeah, my throat was kind of burning again. I was tired. But anyway, I woke up then and I was like, oh great, now I might just have to get up. But somehow I managed to fall back asleep after that too. Oh, I took the little bit of milk that I had left, and that time it did help. But, so, I will never not have Tums on hand again. That was so bad. I really need to go out and just get some sort of Zantac or Galveston stats, whatever, something like that. But Tums are fine for right now, and I will always have something on hand because I literally like almost went crazy thinking I wasn't gonna get any sleep, which is really dumb because it's not like I have anywhere to be in the morning, and I probably would have fallen asleep somehow eventually anyways. But I don't know, being pregnant, I just like started freaking out. So then a couple other symptoms are that I've just been like easily exhausted. You know, just sometimes like literally just standing there for a couple minutes, I'm just like, whew, I need like a nap. And it's ridiculous because I don't do anything. And then, oh my gosh, this one's, this makes me want it right now. Like, I guess this is more of a craving, not really a symptom. But I have been like so freaking addicted to like eating ice. It's crazy. I mean, I have not always wanted cups full of ice. Like, you know, occasionally I'll be like, ooh, that sounds kind of good, but now, like, every time I go to work, I end up eating at least 5 cups of ice. And you're not gonna think I'm, like, so weird, but one of the huge reasons I like it is because I love how it, like, scrapes my tongue and stuff, and I don't know why. Like, to most people that would probably hurt, because I, like, literally will, like, scrape it across my tongue, and this is making me want it so bad right now. Like, talking about it is killing me, and it almost makes me, like, excited to go to work in a little while. So, yeah, I have freaking been addicted. I mean, when I say 5 cups, at least 5 cups, and our cups are, like, that big, so I just, oh my gosh, and when there starts to get, like, water in them, I, like, dump the water out, because I don't want the water, I just want the ice. Another symptom is basically, I guess, indigestion, because it's so freaking annoying. When I eat a lot, it just feels like after I eat, it feels like if I could just, like, burp. And this is probably, like, so nasty, TMI, whatever. I don't care. But when I eat, I, like, literally just feel like if I could just burp, like, huge, like, one time, I would feel amazing. But with everything being, like, right here, my body will not let me burp. Like, it might let me, like, burp a tiny little bit every, like, couple of minutes. And if I'm lying down, I cannot burp lying down. So if I eat before bed, that's really bad, because then I have to constantly sit up and, like, let myself burp or whatever. That is, ugh. These symptoms are just awful, and my back is, like, killing me right now, so. And then just lastly, without starting to tell you about my appointment, she's been kicking me in the ribs, like, a lot. And But not only kicking me in the ribs, like, this has been so cool. Lately, she's, like, she'll stick out her foot, well, I think it's her foot, and, she'll, like, roll it across my stomach slowly. Like, I can touch it, and it's so awesome. I love it. It's just weird feeling like a ball that moves, like, inside me. But it's really cool, too, and, James got to, like, feel her pretty good the other night, because he's only felt her, like, 1 or 2 times before that, because she seriously stopped moving the second I put his hand on there. But, no, the other night he felt it, and I felt her move, and then I looked at him, and he had, like, this huge smile on his face, like, and I was like, oh, good, he felt that. Because by the time he came over, her movements were actually getting a little bit smaller, so I was like, ooh, I don't know if he would have felt that or not, but no, he felt it. He had, like, the cutest smile ever on his face. Okay, so now for my appointment. This is, like, the part that I'm, like, really excited about, and yeah, I've just been wanting to tell you guys so bad, but I was like, no, I can't do my update before I'm 36 weeks. That's crazy. So, first of all, I guess my 35-week appointment was on Monday. And, first of all, I climb the stairs every time I go, because I took an elevator when I was little, and I got stuck in it, so I will not take elevators now. Now, when I'm in, like, labor and stuff and there's doctors around, that's fine. I will be perfectly fine for them to, like, wheel me into an elevator. Blah, blah, blah. That won't bother me. But, like, no, I don't know why, but going by myself or something, or even, like, with my mom, nope, not happening. And I also don't take them because I know it'll make my blood pressure go up. And I don't want to have to explain to them, it's because I took an elevator. So, I take the stairs every single time, and when I first started going to my appointments, they were on the 3rd floor. But a couple weeks ago, they were like, oh, we're moving to the 5th floor. So for the last, like, 3 or 4 weeks, or 3 or 4 appointments, they've been on the freaking 5th floor. And it's just getting really strenuous walking up 5 flights of stairs. I get up there, and I'm, like, breathing like I'm going to die, and there's always people, like, sitting on couches. And I feel like they're just like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, why is she, like, 9 months pregnant walking up the stairs? But, whatever, I signed in. And then, I go back there like usual. They weighed me, and it said it stopped at 149. So, that means I've gained, like, 21 pounds so far. Which I guess is, like, good. They want you to gain between 20 and 25. If you're not, like, super overweight to start with. And I did not think I would end up gaining that much, but I mean, I'm glad, because I didn't want them bugging me about my weight anymore. So, you know, I've been saying, like, oh, I wish they would do more stuff at my appointments. I didn't care, like, what they did, how uncomfortable it was. I just wanted them to start doing more stuff. And finally, they did. And I had actually just, like, researched the GBS test, like, the same day or, like, the day before. And then the doctor comes in with, like, a swab thing, and I was like, it looked kind of horrifying, but he's like, they said, we're gonna do the GBS test. And so I was like, okay. Like, yeah, so it didn't hurt at all. They literally just swab you. And I find out the results of that at my next appointment, which is this Monday. Because my appointments are now 1 week apart, and as long as they keep doing, like, checking me and stuff like that, that's fine with me. Like, that's actually kind of exciting. So, anyway, they did that test. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to check your cervix. And I was thinking, like, oh my gosh, yes, finally. Like, I did not know if they were ever going to do it. And I know it's not medically necessary, but I don't know. Like, for me, it's exciting, like, to know if I'm dilating or not, or whatever. So, yeah, the only thing was I was like, okay. He's like, you don't sound so excited about that. I was like, isn't it gonna hurt? And he was like, no, it shouldn't hurt. because a lot of people, like, I've watched so many labor and delivery stories, and they say when their cervix gets checked, it hurts a lot, and it did not hurt at all. Like, it was like just pressure. Like, I started freaking out, like, kind of the farther up he went. I was like, oh no, it is gonna hurt. But it did not. It really didn't. And he said, I am already half a centimeter to a centimeter dilated, and that my cervix is also thinning, softening, whatever, the process of effacement. He didn't tell me how much effaced I was, but he told me that it was thinning, and he thinks that I will not make it to my due date. Now please, do not tell me. I was a centimeter dilated since week 25, and I went overdue. I know that can happen. Like, I'm perfectly aware. I may still go over. I kind of think I will because my mom did with all of us, and I know you're really usually similar to your mom. But I also read that it's not the dilation so much that that makes them think you're gonna not make it to your due date. It's the thinning. So, I hope he's right, and I hope I don't make it to my due date. He said, he's thinking like the middle of September, which is like, he said maybe around like the week after your birthday. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, that is crazy. That is like 2 weeks or something. So we'll see if it happens, but, so excited. I would be so happy if she came then. Also, he could feel her head. He said, it's right in your bladder, and I know. That's where it was at my 21-week scan too, so I don't know, she may have been chilling down there for all this time, but I'm happy because that means that she is head down. And she just needs to stay like that, and as long as I keep feeling kicks in my ribs and stuff, then I know she's head down. So, if she just stays like that and just makes things easier on me, that would be wonderful, because I really, really don't want to end up having a C-section. I know it's always a possibility, but you just don't go in like thinking, oh, I might end up getting my abdomen cut open today. So, later after my appointment, this is also TMI, but I got home and like I went to the bathroom and like I saw something sort of like a weird color in my underwear, and I was like, what is that? Because I know you can bleed after your after a cervical exam, so I wasn't worried about it, but it was weird because it was not like a red, it was like brown, and it wasn't like texture of blood. It wasn't like thin, you know, it was like snot-ish, kind of like brown snot is what it looked like, and I was like, what the freak is that? So I'm thinking it either really was just blood, like old blood or whatever, that just fell out because he messed with my cervix, or it could have been possibly part of my mucus plug, which based on the texture, that's kind of what I'm thinking it was. I don't think it was like the whole thing, but I do think it might have been part of it. So, because then later when I went to the bathroom and I was still bleeding a little bit, that blood was red, but it stopped within that same day, so I was like, okay, good. I'm not gonna need to like call them and be like, I'm bleeding to death. So yeah. And yes, so I am like super excited that I might be having her early. The only freaking problem is that means I'm still gonna be working till the day I go into labor, which I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I just really kind of wanted like a week to relax. But oh yeah, okay, so this is something else. This just happened recently, but I have two bosses. They're business partners, and I'm afraid, like, I don't want them to like watch this or something one day, but Barry is my favorite. He is the one that everyone goes to because he will remember anything you tell him. He'll get anything fixed. He makes the schedule. He does the payroll, everything like that. Alan mostly like cooks and preps and all that stuff. And for a while, like, I knew this was coming. Like, Barry, he went from working like every day, just like Alan, to only working like half the time Alan worked. He does have a family, he has another business, and he's on the school board, so I was like, ooh, and then last week I literally told my mom, I was like, I would not be surprised if he left soon. I don't think he's gonna be around much longer. And the other night, he, like, gathered us, and he was like, guys, this is my last week. So I'm, like, extremely depressed. Like, really, it really, like, does make me sad. Like, Alan's a great guy, but Barry was easier to talk to. Barry was way more organized, and it's gonna be so different without him. And I have been there the longest out of everybody, except for my other boss, Alan, his stepson. Obviously, he's been there as long as me. They used to own the restaurant in a different part of town, but it wasn't really. It was like they had it in like a warehouse, and so then when they moved to my town and opened up an actual building, I started like the first day they opened, and I've been there since then. And everybody else who started with me has been fired or has quit, and so I'm literally the last one there. And you know, now Barry's going too, so it makes me very sad. And like, he kind of lingered in my station for a while because I feel like he kind of like respected the fact that I've been there super long, and like I feel like he really wanted to kind of just like say like, oh, this is why I'm leaving, but at the same time he was kind of like, yeah, it was just time. It was just time. And I was like, yeah, I am not surprised by this, but it's sad. But anyways, my point with all of this is, since he's literally gonna be gone, like tonight's his last night, so it's up to Alan to like put my brother on the schedule. It's up to him to get him in there to train. And that means that I'm most likely literally just gonna have to work until I go into labor. So yay! But okay, so that's everything that has to do with my appointment / going into labor early, and these last few things are just, you know, kind of updates on things I've talked about. So, for wanting to go on a vacation, especially after my doctor said he doesn't think I'll make it all the way, basically I've just decided, like, okay, I don't want to go stay the night in a hotel an hour and a half away from my hospital, so I've decided to just save my money and maybe have like a lot for like a really good vacation in the future, which my daughter will not be coming to. I know that sounds terrible, but no, it's still going to be just me and him. But I do think it'll be really far in the future, because I know when she's a brand new baby, and if I were to go on a vacation like a month or two after she was born, I would miss her, and I wouldn't even enjoy my vacation because I'd want to be getting back to her. But yeah. However, James asked me what I want to do for my birthday, because my birthday's coming up in about a week and a half, and I said I just want to go somewhere. And I wasn't talking about staying the night, I was more talking about just going to the beach for the day. So we might do that, so that's good. But yeah, I was just like, it'd probably be a really bad idea to go stay somewhere. I'd probably be like worried the whole time. I told you guys in my one of my recent updates that James was like working out of town that weekend, and his boss wants him to do it again next week. And I told him, I was like, that has to be the latest you're working out of town, because after that, I could go into labor. So, and I was like, if I go into labor and have her and you're not here, you are not coming into the room to see your baby. Obviously, I was kidding. I would always let him in, but I hope he took it partially seriously, because that would, I would be so upset if he was not there. And I think even where he's working is probably like 3 or 4 hours away, so not too bad. And I think he'd be able to get back in time, because like labor usually lasts a while. But I want him here like when I first start feeling those contractions, and you know, for us to be able to be like, okay, let's like grab our stuff. And yeah, so he's gonna have to tell his boss no if he wants him to work any later, or work out of town any later than that. It's already scary enough to me that he usually works an hour away at the beach. So, no. And then again, like, my birthday's coming up, so no, he is not working out of town on my birthday. He is gonna be here, and he's gonna take me somewhere. Okay. The very last thing is just, whenever I go into labor, I will not be updating on here. I won't be like making a YouTube video to be like, hey guys, I'm in labor. If you want to know like what's happening, and because I will update this a ton, go follow my Instagram, because that is where I will be. As long as I'm not in like horrible pain, I will be giving like very detailed updates of what's going on and everything every couple hours, stuff like that. So I'll put my Instagram up here, and then I will put it below as well. So this video is probably going to take so freaking long to upload. I don't know how long it is yet, because I've broken it into clips this time. But yeah, so I'm going to do my belly shot, and then I will see you guys for my probably next update on Friday. Bye. Yes, I am still in my pajama pants. But okay, so here is my belly from the front with the shirt on. Look at that, it's starting to like come out. Okay, from the side. Other side. Okay, and then from the front with it off. My belly button is now entirely. Whoa! Hey, Tiggy, what are you doing? You're gonna have to move, baby. They don't want to see you. They don't want to see you. No. Stay down there for a minute. Okay, so here's from the side. And then from the other side. And yeah, my belly button is sticking out as much as it possibly can. I guess I don't have one of those huge belly buttons that sometimes people's belly buttons are like way out. But mine is, it's out as much as it can possibly be. Okay, so Tiggy, you have like ruined this last clip. But that's okay. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You're not going to say bye-bye?